Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Welcome to any new viewers. This is a reading for Aquarius, my beautiful Aquarius, particularly Aquarius Sun, Rising, Moon, Aquarius. Let's see what the month has in store for you. I'm gonna look at a couple different things, but generally speaking, could be any area of your life comes through. I'm going to look at your current energy around you, any particular people that want to come through, and just overall themes for the month ahead. Now we've got the Hangman at the bottom of the deck there as well. Aquarius, this is really interesting. I think you've had, first of all, major arcana in this reading, quite a few strong major arcana cards coming through, which is just telling me that I think you've had a pretty significant mindset shift on something, and you've gotten something in your life under control, or it feels like you've gotten something under control. I see that you've been quite busy. I'm getting the sense that you've been busy, but it's been okay. You haven't, it hasn't been so completely overwhelming that, you know, you just totally need a break. I mean, we could all do with a break. I'm sure we could all do with a holiday or a break at different times from what we're doing. But I feel like you've been on top of things, actually. I think you've been pretty good despite how busy you are. But you've been, there's been a period of time where it's almost like you've been so busy, you haven't been able to completely, thoroughly plan ahead. And so you've just kind of been doing the same sort of thing, the same kind of routine, day in, day out. You've been, like, let's say, busily working or busily studying or whatever it is that you're doing, and you know, time's passing, time's really flying by. You're doing okay, but you haven't had a real chance to properly plan and think for the future. But I think this month that's changing. You actually are going to take a little bit of a step back and think, am I headed in the right direction? I think I have some important choices to make. I also see you taking a little bit more time for yourself, finally, because you haven't had much time to yourself, really truly by yourself, where you can just have an extended period of time to just really think about things, plan things, your overall life direction, decisions that you need to make. And these are important decisions. Like I said, this is an important turning point for you in terms of what you decide moving forward. And I do see you communicating this. I see you having some kind of important conversation with someone around you or someone who's very close to you. And it's well thought out, okay? It's well thought out. This isn't like a heated argument. This isn't something that you just think of in the moment. This is something that you take the time to really, truly, deeply think about, and then have a discussion about what you want to do. So there is some sort of a turning point, and it's going to lead to a decision that needs to be made. Now, this decision could have to do with a romantic partner. It doesn't have to, but that's just what's kind of coming through for me strongly. Decision is coming through. I also see you gaining some sort of kind of upper hand, honestly, in a relationship. I feel like you're going to make the decision here. So if this is something to do with a decision that needs to be made that affects both you and another person, you've got the upper hand somehow. You've got the upper hand. And you know what? I'm sensing that you've been the bigger person somehow. You've been the bigger person. There's a situation where you could have been petty, let's say, but you weren't. You could have matched someone's behavior, but you didn't. You rose above. You rose above. It's like you've got a more mature view than someone that you're dealing with. And that has given you, or will give you, the upper hand in this situation and in whatever decision that you need to make. This is some kind of important decision, right? Now I'm gonna pull a few more cards here just to get a little bit more insight into kind of what area of your life this is in. But it is important. And so it's not something you can just do lightly. And I think it's something that if you make this decision, it will kind of set you off on a path for the future that's not necessarily easily changed. Now, of course, we can always change things. You know, nothing is completely set in stone. We've got the Nine of Swords, but interestingly, that came out reversed. And I don't normally do reversals, but that's how that came out. So it's kind of counteracting this Nine of Swords here. I actually see you feeling less anxious about something. So this is something that in the past gave you a lot of anxiety, actually gave you a lot of anxiety, stress and worry. That's gone now somehow. You've somehow gotten over that. There's like a fear and a worry. You've gotten over this fear and worry. This could have to do with a living situation. It could have to do with where you actually live. Some of you could be thinking of moving and actually moving very quickly. Some of you could be thinking of moving in or partnering up with someone. A decision could be made about that. If someone was avoiding a commitment as well, whether that's you or the other person, if one of you was, let's say, a little bit commitment phobic, or both of you even, that's actually changing. That's actually changing. One or both of you is much more ready to make a long-term commitment. That's interesting. So this could even be something like marriage. This could be something, like I said, like moving in together. Excuse me while I grab just what flipped out here. Strong air energy. You could be dealing with another air sign, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Something makes sense now, actually. People are thinking, either you, this person you're dealing with, or both, thinking much more clearly about the situation. And yeah, actually ready to make some kind of commitment. The fear of commitment is gone. The fear is gone. You know, someone may be quite worried to lose you. Someone might be a little bit afraid of rejection. Some of that fear and anxiety is now on the side of this person. And perhaps this is why now it's like now or never decisions are being made. And it could be them. It could be them, but it could be because they've seen something in you that makes them realize, I need to commit to this now. Otherwise, I could lose this. It's time. It's time. Someone's thinking very, very long term as well. There's money involved in this too, right? There's money. There's long-term legacy building. Someone's really looking very, very far into the future. Very far into the future, and thinking about what they need to do now in order to get there. You could be dealing with someone who is also quite tied to their past somehow, reminiscing about something. I think that someone's afraid of losing a connection to the past, or losing a connection to a family member, let's say, but they're also very aware that they need to move on. They need to move on. Life moves on. And we can't always have our cake and eat it too. We can't have the best of everything. We can't please everyone. And we're not always going to make other people happy in our decisions. Very interesting, very complex emotions that someone feels when it comes to making a commitment. But again, the fear of that is dissipating. The fear of that is slowly but surely going. We have, interesting, release your blocks. Release your blocks. This is something something you've really been wishing for. Something you've really been wishing for. I think you realized something was holding you back, Aquarius, and you've let that go. And I will say that this is where it can kind of get a bit funny, but you've almost realized that you're very okay being independent. You're very okay being on your own, and you're not going to let anyone hold you back for whatever reason, yourself or anyone else. You've realized you kind of have your own personal power to move forward in life and make a decision and make plans. And you're really doing that. This is a beautiful message. Trust all will be well. Trust all will be well. This is new. Whatever's happening here is quite new. And again, it's this new phase of a relationship, a partnership, new phase of commitment. And there's a lot of unknowns whenever we go into anything in life, of course. But the message here is that trust all will be well. This is really the start of something new, and the start of something that has a lot of future potential. So trust all will be well. There's no point in really doubting something too much if you want to go for it. Don't let those doubts and those fears, again, hold you back. So that could be something, again, that you're releasing. You're releasing that fear that things aren't going to go well. And be realistic about the situation, because again, sometimes those fears are magnified in our own mind. But again, I really see you letting that go. You're going to have much more clarity this month about what your next move is. But like I said, I'm seeing this fear of commitment melting away, and you entering into a really more solid phase of commitment. I'm going to leave it there, Aquarius. I hope you enjoyed that reading. If you did, don't forget to like and subscribe. Really appreciate it. Thank you so much. I hope to see you all in the next video.